We are going to start the meeting at 6:36 p.m. on November 4th, one day before election. We are going to reconvene this meeting, as I just stated, from our regularly scheduled. We had a closed session. I'm just going to ask our city attorney, do we have anything to report out?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No reportable action was taken in closed session. Direction was given.
Very good. Thank you. I'd like to remind everybody of the city's rules of decorum. All speakers, members of the audience, and council members are to conduct themselves with decorum and not to engage in conduct that interrupts the orderly conduct of the city council meeting. Also, public comment through Zoom will only be accepted for the agenda items listed within the consent calendar, public hearing, and other matters section of the agenda. General public comments are only accepted at the meeting by those physically in attendance at the appropriate time. And I want to welcome everybody tonight to the meeting and all the family and friends that are here. Tonight, we're very pleased to have Elena Glentis, a Brownie Scout from Troop 7221, to conduct the Pledge of Allegiance for us tonight. Come on up.
I'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and
and
to the republic
which stands
one
one
nation,
nation under God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The City of Laverne would like to present you with the Certificate of Recognition to Eleni Glentis. This certificate is presented on behalf of the Laverne City Council to Brownie Scout Eleni Glentis, Troop 7221, with sincere gratitude and appreciation for your dedicated service to our country.
I'll start us off. Maybe it'll break the ice. My name's Ria Martinez. I'm one of the co-leaders for Troop 7221.
I'm Stella, and I'm from Troop 7221.
This is Katie, and she's also part of 7221. She's a second-year Daisy.
Girl Scouts into our posts, and we honor them with open arms, and we said that's not a problem. We have the Boy Scouts, why not the Girl Scouts?
Yeah.
They will also be helping us around the post now on certain events, and they will learn the experience of what the VFW does for the community and for all the other veterans. So we welcome them very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander Ramirez. Okay. Mr. Domer, roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Crosby,
Present.
Councilmember Castrovigida,
Here.
Councilmember Lau, Mayor Pro Tem Johnson,
Present.
and Mayor Hepburn.
I am here and Mr. Crosby's hungry. He didn't get any food at closed session, so he's a little cantankerous, so we have to watch him a little bit. Tonight, we have two presentations. First, the police department will introduce several new and recently promoted employees. These employees include Lieutenant Joshua Wells, Sergeant Francisco Cambrero, Officer Adriana Retio. Did I say that right? I did. Retio. I finally got it right. I love it. Communications Officer Elizabeth Canu, Communications Officer Elizabeth Stillingenbauer, and Communications Officer Kristen Rumbin, and Cadet Charles Sorbel, and Cadet Alyssa Reedy. Mr. Chief Gonzalez is going to have this. Come on up, Mr. Gonzalez. Chief Gonzalez. That would be Police Chief Gonzalez.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Good evening. This is our third round of introductions of new employees, promotions, and so forth. So thank you again for your time and allowing us to introduce new members of the family, and as well as accomplishments of many of our distinguished members of the Laverne Police Department. I will start with our farm system, as I indicate quite often. It's where we take our police officers from. So I'm going to introduce Police Cadet Charlie Sorbel, who will step up here and then introduce his family on given the opportunity. So come on up. You can stand right here. So Mr. Sorbel joined the Laverne Police Department in June of 2022 as a police cadet. While working as a police cadet, Cadet Sorbel assisted the Property and Evidence Division within the Detective Bureau, Patrol, Community Services, and Records. He is currently finishing his last semester here at the University of Laverne, which I know, Wendy, you'd be happy about here, and obtaining his Bachelor of Science in Sociology. Both his parents are here, and his grandparents and his sister here, who also said finish school before you join the force, and he's doing that this December. He'll be wrapping up his bachelor's degree. Charlie is excited to further his contributions to the department in his new role as a police officer recruit, where he will begin the academy on December 30th. So congratulations on both. So I think that applause is for you. So we're going to give you an opportunity to welcome your family and any other words you want to share.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, City Council. Well, I'm Charlie Sorbel. Tonight here I have my dad, Ed, my mom, Terry, my sister, Brooke, and my grandma, Cindy. I just want to say thank you to everybody for this opportunity. It's been such an amazing journey being a police cadet, and such an amazing blessing to work for such an amazing city. I've just been surrounded by great people, and I've been very fortunate just to do what I love for the past couple of years and be able to finish school, and now be able to continue this journey with such a great department, with the job that I've dreamed of since I was in preschool. So just a huge thanks to everybody. Thank you.
Yes, congrats. The next person I'd like to introduce is Communications Officer Kristen Rumbin. Communication Officer Kristen Rumbin joined the Laverne Police Department in March of 2024 as a police communications officer. Her interest in the career stemmed from previous work experience dispatching security at the Claremont colleges. She's excited to continue to grow within the department and its community, and we are happy to say that she has just got off training about a month ago. So now she's off on her own, and our dispatch center is much happier with her on board. So please join me in welcoming Communications Officer Kristen Rumben.
Well, I'm very appreciative to be here. It's a great opportunity, and like I think great for admin side with.
Awesome. Congrats. Next, we'd like to introduce Communications Officer Elizabeth Stilgenbauer. Elizabeth joined the Laverne Police Department in February of 2023, bringing valuable experience from the Azusa Police Department and Alley County Sheriff's Department. She has served in roles such as station clerk, dispatch, records, and trap. Growing up in Laverne, Elizabeth attended local schools from elementary all the way through high school. She and her husband Spencer, an Alley County Sheriff's deputy, are proud parents of two beautiful daughters who keep them on their toes. Please join me in welcoming Communications Officer Elizabeth Stilgenbauer.
Thank you. I'm Elizabeth. Very excited to be here. And just like the chief was saying, I have some experience other agencies, and this one is by far the best agency I've ever worked for. And the admin is very supportive of us, and can't see myself anywhere else. So thank you so much.
Okay, next, I'd like to introduce Communications Officer Elizabeth Canu. Elizabeth Canu joined the Laverne. Elizabeth joined the Laverne Police Department in 2022 as a police cadet. Again, it's our farm system where we get our employees from. It's awesome. We got another police officer back there too as well. Since that time, she has gained many skills and knowledge of law enforcement and pursued her full-time position. From there, she applied to be a dispatcher in 2023 and completed her training in 2024. She holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from California State University of San Bernardino. Elizabeth is eager to continue to learn and expand her knowledge in her role as a dispatcher. Please join me in welcoming Communications Officer Elizabeth Canu.
Thank you, Chief. Unfortunately, my family couldn't be here today due to work conflicts, but they're extremely proud of me, and I don't think that they would have wanted me to work for any other city. Growing up here, I was able to gain a lot of experience and being involved in law enforcement here. So I've made a lot of really good connections. And as he kind of stated with the cadet program, it's kind of crazy and awesome to see all three of the cadets that I got hired, or two, me and Charlie and Gomez, all get hired at the same time to be a full-time position. So I just think that that's a reflection on how great admin's doing and their support and wanting to build up employees that kind of grow up in the department and want to flourish. And I just think that's a great thing. So thank you. And I appreciate all the support from you and from City Council as well.
Okay, next we want to introduce Officer Adriana Ratu. Ratsu. Ratsu. Silent S in there. Officer Ratsu joined the Laverne Police Department in January 2017 as a police aide, formerly our police cadets. In August of 2018, she transitioned to the position of police services technician, where she remained until she was hired as a police officer in 2021. Adriana graduated the San Bernardino Sheriff's Academy in June of 2022, and she currently works patrol as part of the drone team and bike patrol team. Please join me in welcoming Officer Adriana Ratu.
Yeah, there's a silent S in
There's
there.
it, yeah.
The T makes this S sound. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to be here. My family wasn't able to make it, but they've been a huge support system for me throughout my career and my life choices. But I wanted to thank everyone here for the continued support, and I look forward to continue growing with the department.
Okay, next, I want to introduce Sergeant Francisco Cambero. Sergeant Cambero joined the Laverne Police Department in 2012 as a police aide. Again, our farm system. While working part-time, he earned his bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Cal State LA. Soon after, he was promoted to police officer, graduating from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Academy class number 397. Sergeant Cambero has since taken on roles including patrol officer, drug recognition expert, school resource officer, and detective. He also serves on specialized teams such as our homeless outreach team, bicycle team, major accident investigation team, as well as being a certified drone pilot. Currently, he is a training coordinator and drone team supervisor, committed to serving the city of Laverne with dignity and respect. Please join me in welcoming Sergeant Francisco Cambero.
Hey guys, this is the best job in the world. I've always said that. I will continue to believe that. But it wouldn't be a possible career without the support of everybody involved, whether it's our cadets, our dispatchers, officers, having great leadership with the chief and the support of our city council and city manager as well. This is a really great city community. Trust me, I grew up in the worst, so I know the difference. And I'm going to do everything in my power, just like I always have from day one, to keep this city the way it is and keep it from becoming something else. Thank you guys all for the support for our police department.
Okay, lastly, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Joshua Wells. Lieutenant Wells has served the Laverne Police Department for over 20 years, starting as a police aide in 2000. He became a police officer in 2002, worked in various roles like motor officer, and was promoted to corporal in 2006, where he joined the SWAT team. He later became a canine handler and served with LA Impact before returning to patrol and moving up to the role of sergeant in 2019. In 2021, he took charge of investigation. Now, as a lieutenant, was promoted in 2024. Joshua has held roles like field training officer and range master, always focused on his professional growth. He has a bachelor's degree in criminal justice management and is dedicated to serving Laverne with integrity. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Joshua Wells.
Thank you, Chief. City Council. I'd like to thank the city as a whole. Listen to that resume and can't help but think all those great opportunities I've had, all been the byproduct of council, current council, and council before you that have allowed me to have such a great storied career. And again, the city supporting me, the agency, all my partners I've had throughout the year. Family couldn't make it. So I have a basketball player at home that has practice, and priorities are priorities. But again, I like to think that my other families here, my work family, which, like we talked about earlier, a lot of times we spend more time with them than we do our family. But that's the calling, and I've been fortunate to have a very storied career with Laverne up until now, and really carry that on to a retirement and pass the torch to the next generation, and hopefully they can come in and definitely fill those shoes like young Sorbo there. That's where I started. This is your future here, buddy. So
Yeah.
take a good look. Chief, thank you.
Again, thank you again very much. We should all be caught up now. The next future promotions and additions will be at a previous date. Not yet? Oh, never mind. Holly corrected me. I got more. Two more.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome, and continually welcome. Our next presentation is the Fire Department Sparkle Up Toy Drive. Fire Chief Nig will be presenting. You have the mic.
I'm just the stand-in. Community risk reduction specialist Lonnie is currently working through some sickness issues, so here I am. Thanks, JR. Yeah, he'll be better. He should be back tomorrow, but he is that voice that I don't have, so I'm going to try my best to fill in for Lonnie here. So first and foremost, congrats to our police department and public safety brothers and sisters. It's incredible to see what our police department is doing, and I'm proud to share a building with all those great heroes. So I'm here to talk about our Sparkle Love program. That is an annual event for us. I'd like to take a moment to share some details about the program, which is a holiday tradition that brings joy to children in need across all of Southern California. And there they go. The drive began over 40 years ago with LA City Fire Captain Ray Rojo's vision. He asked guests at holiday parties near his downtown station to bring unwrapped gifts for children in need. Thanks to ABC7, who joined as an exclusive partner 31 years ago, Sparkle Love has grown exponentially, collecting nearly 11 million toys to date. Their media support, financial backing, and promotion continue to drive this very impactful cause. Here in Laverne, we're honored to be a part of this effort, as are all Southern California fire departments for the most part. This year's toy drive kicks off Tuesday, November 12th, and will run through Friday, December 13th, collecting gift cards and new unwrapped toys for all ages. We have donation bins, or will have donation bins, at all of our 3 fire stations. City Hall, the Community Center, Panera Bread, and Choose Fitness have also decided to partake as well. All here in Laverne. And thank you to all of those other buildings or businesses in the city for their support. I'd also like to recognize Hillcrest as an ongoing partner for us for helping us manage the storage and sorting of these donations, which has been the case now for the last 2 years. Amazing logistical support, because it's a lot of work. Our donations directly support families here in Laverne, ensuring that the children in our own community feel the warmth of the season. Last year, we collected in excess of 200 toys, helping 30 families and organizations in need. And in 2022, we collected 400 plus toys, helping 200 families and organizations in need. Again, all here in Laverne. Families in need can apply at laverne.org/sparkoflove, beginning on November 12th. And finally, I'd like to thank each of you on the council for your ongoing support. This is an incredible program. All of you do show up at some point through that process to either help collect or distribute the toys. But your help ensures that we reach as many families as possible. So thank you very much. Do you have any questions at all I can answer on the program?
No, it's a great program, and it's a very big success every year. So we really appreciate that. And we'll make sure we get that out, make sure it's on our flyers, and make sure that we do social media, as you've been doing lately. So
absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. As you know, we have been inviting all Laverne residents to participate in our community survey. The City Council is preparing the 2025 strategic planning process, and we want your voice to be heard. We have extended the submission date throughout November 8th, this Friday, to give you the time to share your thoughts on what's most important for Laverne. The survey covers all aspects of our city and takes only 10 to 15 minutes to complete. Your input is essential to help craft a plan that reflects the priorities of our residents. And as a bonus, residents who complete the survey can enter into a raffle. As of today, we have received 340 responses, which still is not very good considering we have almost 33,000 people in the community. This survey is going to make a difference for how we map out how we're all going to live in the next number of years and moving forward. So it's very important that we get on it. We only have a few days left. I know election's tomorrow, but we can do better than that. I'm sure we can. And as a bonus, residents who complete the survey, we've got a raffle as of today. There's still time to submit a survey, so please encourage your friends and family to Laverne to participate. This evening, we'll also be pulling a couple of names for a raffle prize. Aaron, Vanna, come forward. In-N-Out Burger.
Sharon Norman.
Do that. Get the one with the gum. Oh. There we go. Thank you, Aaron. And they'll be notified, correct? And is that the cruise to Hawaii? Which one is that? This cruise.
I think it's a lower.
Okay, Fiji? Okay, just checking. Okay.
A lovely trip to Laverne.
Target, shopping spree at Target for 10 minutes. No.
Gift certificates to help support Laverne businesses.
There we go. Now we move on to announcements of upcoming community events. I'd like to call up Marissa Castro Salvati from Southern California Edison to make an announcement and introduction. What do you? You're out of control. Out of control.
Well, good evening, City Council, staff, and audience. It's nice to actually come and visit. As most of you know, I used to have the city as the government relations manager for Southern California Edison. I'm a little bit easterly portion of San Gabriel Valley, but I wanted to introduce actually our interim government relations manager who will be covering this area for the meantime as we finish our reorg at our local public affairs. So at this time, I wanted to introduce Cameron Griffin. He is actually one of our new employees, almost 2 years? A little bit over 2 years compared to today, actually, is my 28th year. So I celebrated Edison 28 years today. And so I wanted to just give him an opportunity to introduce himself and share a little bit about the work that he does at Edison, and possibly, actually, he's a local boy. He is from here. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Cameron Griffin.
Thanks, Marissa. As Marissa mentioned, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Cameron Griffin. A little background on me. So I have been at Edison for a little over 2 years now. September was my anniversary. But before that, I worked for the state legislature for about 6 years, working for 3 different members of the houses. And then before that, I actually went to Claremont McKenna and am a Benita Bearcat graduate. So I was class of 2012.
Now you're talking.
So I'm excited to be back in Laverne. I haven't been able to cover my own city in the longest time, so I'm just happy to be here. If you need anything from Edison, please feel free to reach out to me. I know I've emailed you guys all, but I also brought my cards, so I will drop them off as well. I'm just happy to work with you guys. So thank you. Oh, I do know Nick Hepburn because we did graduate around the same time. So we were in the same fantasy football league until I think last year. So
What year did you graduate?
I was 12.
Well,
yeah, so I played.
Don't ask me when he graduated. Don't ask. No.
11, right? I'm pretty sure. I think
There you. Yeah, that was
11.
it. Yeah,
You're
11.
older than me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure. But I think the most important thing is, as Marissa will attest to, is the fact that communication. When we have a serious power outage or something and an area is really affected, just response to let us know as close proximity and as close timing as when we're going to get back online. As you know, a lot of people don't have backup generators. They have solar, which they don't have storage capacity with batteries and things like that. It's just really important that at least we understand what's happening and what we're doing to mitigate the problem and to solve the problem. Because we've had some very serious issues back in the winds and certain neighborhoods out for weeks at a time. And we've got some transitional communities and some senior communities that people are on devices that need that. So just again, as Marissa was and the previous individual, just have your phone handy when there is a, like we're doing right now, where they're telling you, may shut your power off. Just, I believe me, you will get a phone call, and just communicate as best you can to what's happening and how we're resolving the situation. So,
definitely.
and it's
Feel
nice
free
to
to
see you here. And yes,
Marissa
we got your number
Marissa
too.
will be on my
Marissa.
back when I mess up, so don't worry.
We got your number. No, we really appreciate it, and welcome to Laverne, and look forward to working with you.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you. We will move on to Adrian Romero, our librarian, and also a veteran. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I would like to introduce a few events that will be taking place at Laverne Library this month. In celebration of Native American Heritage Month, we'll be holding an event for children ages 6 to 12 on Wednesday, November 13th at 5 o'clock. Children will learn about the strawberry moon and then make and design a strawberry-shaped bag. And also our In and Out program reading challenge, where children ages 4 to 12 can read 5 books and earn a gift card for a free hamburger or cheeseburger, will end on November 16th.
Can you get that now?
Yeah, sure. And for teens, on Saturday, November 16th at 1 p.m., we'll be holding a program where students can learn about searching and applying for college scholarships. This workshop is led by a college academic advisor who explained to students the complex network and application process related to scholarships and help students avoid common pitfalls related to the process. And parents are also welcome to attend this event. And throughout November, the Friends of the Verne Library will be holding a library book sale where they will be selling used books at very good prices, and money raised by the sale will go towards purchase of new books and funding of library programs. And so, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Raymond Swain, Sewer and Water Ad Hoc Committee. Come on up.
All the exciting. Well, actually, I have two things to talk about tonight. So we'll start off with the ad hoc committee. Basically wanted to let you know our schedule upcoming. So I think these are actually good for those raffle prizes because we have tours this week. On Wednesday at noon, we're going to be visiting the Three Valleys Water District. And on Thursday at 11, we're going to see some of the city water facilities, First Street and Puddingstone. So this is my appeal to the public to come on down and be part of this tours of what makes the water and sewer systems for the city of Laverne work. There is a process because we will have a city bus here at those times, and we just need you to go online and RSVP, and there'll be room for everybody. And then on Tuesday, the 19th, will be our regular committee meeting here in the council chamber. So we'll have that. So things are really moving along now with the ad hoc committee for water and sewer rates. The second thing I want to talk about, and Chief Nick talked about a little, just a tad, is our update on the Firewise program. So today, get this acronym right, the SGV COG had a webinar today at 5 o'clock. And it was a really good webinar. It had the California state forestry people, the county of LA forestry people, you know, the whole kind of hierarchy, explaining how to get a Firewise community up and running, and then all the resources that are available for those little communities and how that works. And to that point, I'd like to say that we've created our very first community here in North Laverne. Call it the Rustic Canyon community. So that's between Bryden and Monterey. So there's more homes than I thought in that little area, 160 homes in this community. So we put out our first communication Friday for announcing this organization, and now we'll be trying to populate the volunteers that we'll need, and then get the information out to them so we can start our assessment process. So that's coming along, and this wouldn't have happened without the great help of, we've already mentioned the name, Lonnie Shipman. You know, he's our community risk reduction specialist. That's quite a title there too. But it was a great program. It's finally coming together to where we're actually getting to the point that we have boots on the ground and start ready to push us forward so we can start getting some actual accreditation. So that's where we're at so far.
Thank you, Raymond. I think the most important thing on the Firewise is the fact that once this gets fully in swing and running, we can submit that when you're getting your insurance in those high fire areas and fire zones that we are a Firewise community, and hopefully the rates will be commensurate to what we've been doing, you know, so.
That would be great. At another meeting, I'll actually go through a little bit of the process of what's required, because there are some steps that are required to get that certification, but wait that down the line when we're actually addressing.
Well, I appreciate all your efforts. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Sherry, you got a plank. Oh, that's a piece of the wood. Hey, Rick, I think Sherry might need help with that plank of wood. You got it? Doesn't kill. She doesn't kill anybody behind her with it, but that's okay. Oh, just lost somebody. Where's the paramedics when you need them? That is.
So, I know.
Give that man a hand.
So this plank was presented to me the other week by Ruben Guidardo, who cut that off the 114-year-old carob tree. He is busy over at the city yard with what he calls his kick-ass chainsaw, his term, and is cutting slices of wood. And then our next step is to work with C&E Lumber to get it run off into planks and strapped. And then hopefully they'll store it for us for the 2 years it's going to take to cure the wood. So this is a long-term project, but I think a very worthwhile one. And he wrote on the back a little bit about it. We'll put that up so people can look at it on the way out, but it's a beautiful piece and it gives you an idea about what things may look like that are built from this wood. So I'm entertaining all kinds of input about what you would like built from this 114-year-old carob tree, because believe me, we have a lot of wood to work with and a very interested group of woodworkers. I want to thank the city, West Coast Arborists, and all the people who were involved in contacting me so we could pull this all together and make sure that this tree will have new life in the form of recycled, functional, and beautiful objects for people to enjoy for the next 114 plus years. So thank you all very much. I just couldn't resist bringing this. It's just lovely.
That's a pretty piece of wood.
Isn't that a beautiful piece of wood? And
I didn't
we
know
don't
there was-
know what's
I didn't know
going
there was red in it. I didn't know that.
and there's little gray, there's all kinds of colors running through there. It's just
That's really
beautiful.
cool. Yeah.
So I also want to remind people that on the 16th of November, this is a Saturday, that the Laverne Historical Society is having its vintage sale and home tour. We have got 4 homes on the tour, plus the Church of the Brethren. This is going to be really a wonderful tour. So please come by the Church of the Brethren between 11 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon so you can buy your ticket and learn some about Laverne's historic homes and the church, as well as the Peace and Carrots Garden behind the Church of the Brethren. So this is a wonderful opportunity. And I want to thank all the homeowners and other people who have made their places available to us. Let's see, what else? We will be, the truck will be arriving at the December 7th holiday stroll wearing its Santa hat. So we had a wonderful time at Trunk or Treat, but we're not done showing off yet with the truck. So the truck will be up available for people to have maybe their picture taken in front of. So look for us right around Monero Square during the time of the holiday stroll. And finally, if you're thinking about holiday shopping, in addition to coming to the vintage sale, you might want to pick up some homemade jelly and jam and marmalade. Because
Would you happen to have any with you?
I would,
Oh, isn't that
actually.
amazing?
I happen to have brought a flat of samples. So they're available for a modest donation of $10 a jar. And they make great stocking stuffers, great hostess and host gifts. And they help to fund our many, many projects. So, oh, look at that. That's right. Get out your wallets.
I want two.
And
Right there.
wonderful.
Two.
Come pick your selection as soon as the
Oh,
meeting's
marmalade.
over.
Come on. What is it?
Marmalade.
What are the other
We have 2
flavors?
marmalades. You want them both?
Which one do you have? The marmalade?
We have lemon marmalade, we have apple jelly, we have apple cinnamon jelly, we have pomegranate jelly and pomegranate syrup.
Apple, cinnamon, and marmalade lemon.
Okay.
Not that
Your
I'm
your order
specific.
has been filled.
Thank you.
All right, and we will also deliver. So we have our white glove delivery service. So anyhow, I'll take the plank and I'll put it over here so people can see it on the way
I
out.
think Rick will take the plank and put it over
Yeah,
there.
okay. That's great. It's heavy, isn't it? So thank you so much
you, Sherry.
for everything and for supporting the Laverne Historical Society.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for all you guys do. Any other announcements? Council, any announcements? There's a 20, there's a $20 bill there. Okay, we will close announcements. We'll move on to consent calendar. All items on the consent calendar routine will be enacted by one motion unless a member of the city council or a member of the audience requests separate discussion. Counselor, are there any requests to pull an item from the consent calendar? That would be a no. City Manager Domer, are there any requests to pull an item from the consent calendar?
There were no requests, sir.
We have no one on the screen. Are there any public comment items for specifically consent calendar without pulling the item?
I believe Ms. Best wanted to comment on the consent calendar. Yes.
Oh. Yeah. We should just left her stay in there. Stay, yeah. Should just stayed up there, you know? Okay.
I was delighted to receive a message to call City Manager Domer a few days ago, and he let me know that the city was going to be entertaining an item on the consent calendar to authorize donation of surplus wood from significant city trees and surplus street signs to the Laverne Historical Society. So here's another possible avenue of resourcing ourselves for activities for the city. We're really delighted with this opportunity, and I'm thinking what we'll need to do is, with input from woodworkers in the city of Laverne, when we're contacted and a significant tree has to come down, that we go view that tree and we find out if in fact there is desire for the woodworkers to obtain that wood, then we'll work with the city to take delivery of that wood. Now, it can't be just all the wood that the city cuts down because I'm envisioning my house turning into a lumber yard in addition to the Historical Society repository of everything. And so that can't happen. But I think this is a wonderful opportunity to recycle and remember our history in the best way. And I thank City Manager Domer for that. In addition, I'm very interested in donating or receiving the donation of street signs that are being, deconcessioned? I think that's the correct word.
Decommission, when we have to replace street signs, we'll take down the other one. Typically, we've scrapped them or discarded them, but now we figure this is the best use, the ability to keep it in the community and to earn some money for the Laverne Historical Society.
Yeah, why scrap them when you can make a donation to the Historical Society and have a street sign to hang in your living room, right? So I think this is all more city pride going on. So thank
Maybe
you.
in the backyard. I don't know if my wife would let me
Well-
sign up inside the house, but the backyard would be a great place. For it.
I get it.
Anywhere we
you
make-
wanna hang your street sign,
Just buy it from you
that's your
guys.
business. We're simply going to be letting them go for a donation, and maybe we'll have a few street signs available at the November 6th vintage sale. More enticement to come visit. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Thanks, Sherry. Thank you, Mr. Domer. With that, do I have a motion?
So move to approve the consent calendar.
Second?
Second.
Vote, please.
The consent calendar was approved 5-0 with Crosby making the motion and seconded by Johnson.
Thank you. Are you guys done now?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, you get a little closer. Rick started with Rick not eating. That's really went downhill after that. We'll move on to other matters. There is one item tonight authorizing the execution of a side letter agreement, amending the memorandum of understanding between the City of Laverne and the Laverne City Employees Association regarding upcoming holiday closures. City Manager Domer, please call for the staff member who will be reporting.
Thank you. And Human Resources Analyst Lizette Rodriguez will be making that staff report.
Lizette's in the house.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Council, and staff. I stand before you to present the proposed side letter agreement to the Memorandum of Understanding with the Laverne City Employees Association to formalize City Council's direction to close non-emergency public facilities in conjunction with the upcoming holiday season of Christmas and New Year's Day. Historically, Laverne City Hall, City Maintenance Yard, and Police Department Records Division employees have observed holidays of Christmas Day and New Year's Day and Christmas Eve for the city yard. Generally, city facilities experience lighter than normal visitors desiring assistance and services during the holidays. And normally, this is greater demand by employees to utilize time off. In review of some of our neighboring cities, such as Pomona, San Dimas, and Claremont, these cities close their city halls and public facilities for extended time during the holiday season. This year, both holidays fall on a Wednesday, thereby creating a situation where employees would be required to return for just one day of work if opened, providing a unique opportunity to close Laverne facilities when they are substantially less busy, providing additional time off for our city employees. City staff recommendation that the City Council authorizes the city manager to execute a side letter agreement amending the memorandum of understanding between the City of Laverne and the City of Laverne Employee Association, authorizing the closure of City Hall to the public on December 25th, December 26th, December 30th, December 31st of 2024, as well as January 1st and January 2nd of 2025. Authorizing the closure of the Police Department Records Division to the public on December 25th, December 26th, December 27, 2024, as well as January 1st, January 2nd, and January 3rd. Employees will utilize existing leave banks such as vacation leave. Therefore, it will not create new expenses in conjunction of the proposed closure. It is important to note that the certain public services functions will continue, such as necessary inspections, permitting processes, and of course, police and fire services. In instance where critical functions have been identified by departments that must continue, employees will be approved to work on a case-to-case basis. Online services such as utility building permits, recreation signups, and 24-hour City Hall applications will also still be available. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions for staff before we go to public comment? No? Keith?
Will we be posting signage or is the closure?
Yes, it will be posted through the city and I believe on our online website.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll call you back up if we need. I'm going to open up public comment on this item. Anybody wish to speak on public comment? Okay, we're going to close public comment. I just had this is really, really nice because we're in an odd year this year because of how the holidays fall. And I really appreciate the fact that City Manager Domer, along with the City Employees Association, kind of worked with this and figured this out, and also with JR, because I think it's important that the families be with, if we don't need to be open and we have that opportunity and we're able to use the bank hours and things like that, it works out great for our employees to be home with their families. And I think that's awesome. So I really appreciate that. And any other comments? With that, I'll ask for a motion.
I move.
Move.
So, like, you are.
What are you doing? I think you did
I'll
the
say
motion. He was the
yes.
second.
Oh.
Vote, please.
Motion by by Lau, seconded
Yeah,
by
there you go.
Castro
Get it right.
Figuita, and the vote was 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. What am I going to do with these people tonight? It's not close to Christmas yet. It's getting there, but not quite. Okay. Public hearing. We now move on to public hearing. There's one item tonight. If you guys really wanted to go home, you don't need to listen to the public hearing part tonight. But if you really want to, you can stay, but you don't have to, honestly. Then you might want to go get Mr. Crosby a pizza. He's going to die over there in the corner. This is an item that under the requirements of the Federal Tax and Equity Fiscal Responsibility Act of TEFRA, the City Council is required to hold a public hearing since the company seeking tax-exempt financing will be located here in the city of Laverne. The city has no financial obligations or liabilities at all related to this issuance. The title of the matter is approving a resolution for the issuance of tax-exempt debt in the form of industrial development bonds. I told you this was interesting. See, You're on your edge of your seat right now. Yeah. That's it. You good? Will be located here in the city of Laverne. The city has no financial obligation. I want to repeat that again. Liabilities at all related to the issuance. The title of the matter is approving a resolution of the issuance of tax exempt debt in the form of industrial development bonds issued by the California Enterprise Development Authority for financing of manufacturing facilities in the city for the benefit of the Aeros Corp. City Manager Domer, please call forward the staff member who will be reporting.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On this item, I'm going to call forward an external consultant, Julio Morales, who is with the Cosmont Companies, and provide a little bit of an update on this.
Thank you, City Manager Domer. Mayor, members of the City Council, my name is Julio Morales. I work for Cosmont Companies. I am a financial advisor. With me is Irene Ramirez. She is actually a representative for Aeros Corporation. So unfortunately, you're going to have to hear two of us, but I think you're going to want to hear more from her than me. So I'll quickly explain to you. I think it was Andrea was explaining that the IRS allows municipalities such as yourself to issue tax exempt bonds. In other words, they are tax exempt, which means this is today your math lesson. Investors typically pay income tax on bond money. So if you buy Coca-Cola bonds at 6%, the city of Laverne could actually issue bonds at 4%. The IRS did this, the Congress did this, so you can have an advantage in the ability for you to finance capital projects. Now, for anything, large capital projects like maybe a new city hall or something to the like. I'm not making any suggestions. So having said this, Congress has certain types of bonds or projects that can be done for private entities. These are known as private activity bonds. Basically, airport stocks and wharves, and then something known as industrial development bonds. So LAX issues tax-exempt bonds for maybe United when they build a new terminal. And then there's another one that was done for economic development. And one of the items on the consent calendar was CETA, who you're going to be issuing the bonds through. So not only does the city not have a financial obligation, but it does not have any administrative obligation going forward after you pass this resolution. But long story short, IDBs are private activity bonds, and Irene is going to describe the projects that are going to take place. But essentially, you have to qualify for certain purposes, and you do, and they'll be bringing this brand new project. So Irene, you want to come and talk about this? Let me stop. Any questions through that? Great. Irene.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Irene again, and I am the representative for Aeros Corporation. We are located here in downtown LA and looking to expand our advanced manufacturing facility. We actually manufacture, research, design airships. So a lot of people don't know what airships are, but think of them blimps, dirigibles. And what our airships do are the cargo logistics, and we are going to be, for this particular project, it's actually going to be last mile drone delivery. So we will be looking to have our airships be kind of the, it's an airship fulfillment center. It's kind of a warehouse in the sky, so be it. You'll have drones that are going to be inside of our airships. They will be collecting and sorting all your packages. They will be hovering over the delivery area, and then the drones will be going and actually delivering your parcels. So we are very excited to be coming to Laverne with our technology. We are one of the only companies in the US to have FAA certification to manufacture airships. We're the second company in the world to be able to do that. And so with this, we are partnering with our local community. We are looking to partner with local schools. I actually am talking to University of Laverne to bring over some training and on-the-job training and starting the training programs within to be able to bring workers over to our facility once we are up and running. So that's a little bit about what our project entails. Any questions about it?
The capacity on the airships is tremendous.
Absolutely.
More so than a cargo ship, like a normal, regular commercial aircraft.
Absolutely.
Is that correct? And there's two different kinds of aircraft that you're going to have. Can you just give a little snippet to people what we're looking at?
Sure,
And they're
sure.
unmanned, is that correct?
The airships will be manned. They have
They
a
will be manned.
pilot.
They will have a pilot.
Yes, they will have a pilot, and I believe it's a co-pilot as well.
Okay.
Our drones will have drone pilots as well, as they're still regulated by the FAA. We are actually working with FAA directly to write those guidelines and restrictions and regulations on that.
And safe helium.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just throwing it out there.
So our airships are fully, they're completely zero emission. We don't need any type of infrastructure. There are no noise going on, so you won't have any complaints on that front. But the size of this particular drone delivery airship project is going to be a 6-ton. It is 266 feet long. Yes, 266 feet long, and it will can hold about 4,000 parcels in one time.
As compared to a regular aircraft,
Right, right.
is that double?
It's not necessarily double because the size of the packages are going to be what's different. But what ours are able to do is more in terms of delivery and the infrastructure. So we would be removing about 110 vans off of the roads at one time.
Zero emission.
Absolutely,
That's
zero
the big-
emission. So we're completely sustainable, looking for the advanced manufacturing.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Any other
Yeah,
questions?
I know somebody.
What do you do if this is a blimp,
Right.
big?
Mhm.
What do you do in really windy weather?
Because of the sheer size of the airships and the way that they are actually flying, the wind isn't really that much of a factor for us.
Eileen, if you could talk about the patented technology about the ability to hover instead of having to tether.
So one of our technologies here is I'm sure you'll have a lot of news and hearings about the different airships, and you need actually runway and infrastructure to kind of take off and build lift. You'll also need to be able to control your buoyancy. And what our company has done is we have patented the technology to be able to internally control our buoyancy and also be a true vertical takeoff and landing, which is your VTOL. And what we're able to do is, because we're able to compress our helium internally when we offboard, off stores, they ballast in, what we're able to do is we compress the helium, therefore allowing us to stay buoyant. And when we onboard, we are able to release that helium, so it keeps us stable. As far as the hovering mode, we don't need any kind of infrastructure to be able to take off, any runways, anything like that. We can pick up straight up. We can hover over anything, and then we just deliver in hover mode, so we don't have to land. We want to deliver over water, mountain, Grand Canyon, City Hall. We can do that. There's no need for us to ever have to really land or, again, use any type of infrastructure. So one of the big things for us is the necessity of airport isn't really a requirement. It's nice because we're already working with FAA guidelines. It's just the land that we need. And we don't need the land. We don't need the land to actually use as a runway. We don't need it to do anything other than just be there for us to be able to house our hangar.
So you're looking at is it the area where the nursery is right now? Is that the area
Right.
you're looking at to build your support structure and your
Right. So we're
facility?
looking there and hopefully, cooperating with LA County to be able to finalize that lease for our bond and start manufacturing the facility. I want to say it'd be about January or so. The hangar is already being manufactured and engineered as we speak. So we just we need a house.
Pretty
And that's
exciting.
what we're looking for.
That's pretty exciting. That's going to be
Absolutely.
purpose that airport really nicely. So,
Absolutely.
any other questions before we go to public comment? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. We're going to open up public comment. Any public comment on this item? That would be no. We'll close public comment. Any other comments or questions for? Did it? I think that's exciting. We won't ask him anything. With that, is there a motion to approve a resolution for the issuance of tax exempt debt to the Forum Industrial Development bonds issued by the California Enterprise Development Authority for financing of manufacturing facilities in the city of the benefit of Aeroscorp?
Move to approve.
Second?
Second.
Vote, please.
Motion by Crosby, seconded by Cashel Figita, and approved 5-0.
Let's get it built. Are the tractors over there right now? They're ready to go. We're very excited. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you both. We will now move to public communications and oral communications. This is a time set aside for anyone wishing to address the city council on items not listed on the agenda, but within the subject matter or jurisdiction of the city council. I want to remind everyone that the Brown Act prohibits the city council from engaging in discussion on any item not appearing on the posted agenda. However, your concerns may be referred to staff or placed for discussion at a later date. There's a 3-minute time limit, whatever. At this time, they're wishing to make comments and are present here. The chamber can come up to the podium. Anybody wish to any public comment? my goodness, we're all quiet. Everybody's exhausted from Halloween and voting is tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to close public comment. Councilmember Lau.
So I just wanted to report out, last Monday, the University of Laverne held its annual golf tournament for scholarships for our students, and Mr. Sorbel was there as well. But it was a great event, and last count, I believe we raised over $100,000 for student scholarships. So it's just one of many events that University of Laverne puts on in order to facilitate students' ability to attend school and have their lives transformed. Also wanted to report that the Tri-City Mental Health Authority held its executive director search last week as well. We interviewed the final candidates, and we are in discussions to hopefully move that forward pretty soon. So hopefully we'll be able to identify our new executive director, and really looking forward to having that in place. And then just a thank you to everyone who participated in all of the Halloween events throughout the city. Thank you especially to Community Services for all the fun programming you always put on for all of these events for all of our folks, our fire department and police department, our public works, everybody who's involved in helping to make it a safe and fun event for everybody. So I was sad to see some of the decorations already start to come down, but here we go into the end of the year. So, and then just a quick reminder, election day is tomorrow. We've obviously had early election or early voting available. For those of you who have not voted yet, voting centers are open. There will be longer hours, I believe, tomorrow. ULV is one of our vote centers, and there are a number of vote centers throughout the county. So please exercise your right to vote, and please go do so. And with that, as always, be kind, have a good week, and see you.
Thank you. Councilmember Crosby.
Just want to say thank you to our fire department for the brush fire yesterday, making sure that our residents stayed safe, and our police making sure our streets were available for our fire department so that they can really help out. So really appreciate our first responders. I had a letter in my box today from the Band of Brothers. They're collecting to honor when honor is due. Their goal is to raise $100,000. So far, they've raised over $40,000 for 3 bronze statues. Donations can go to the VFW post 12034, and make sure we'll be seeing all of us at next Monday for Veterans Day at Veterans Hall at 11 a.m. It'll start. Get there earlier, and it is a great event. I look forward to it every year, and bringing my 2 veteran fathers with me to that event. At the last YFAC meeting, we decided to move the date for our next one. So I wanted to announce that instead of during the week of Thanksgiving when the school district is off, we will postpone our next YFAC meeting to December 10th at 5 p.m. here in the chambers. So that will be when our next YFAC meeting will happen. There have been presentations at the YFAC meeting of winners of donations and what they're doing in their classrooms, and really helping out mental health in their rooms, and really working. And then there was a presentation about a month ago of just special devices that they were using. So YFAC is giving back to our schools and our children. And so please come by a meeting. Voting, yes, ULV voting was very easy on Saturday. No wait, no time. Tomorrow might be a little bit. It is in the top of the Abraham Campus Center building, top floor. There's a great view out there if you do have to wait. So it's really pretty to see. And then I want to thank our community service department. Excellent dance for our special needs students and adults 2 Fridays ago. So really appreciate our city and what they do for all of our residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Crosby. Did you want to add something? Councilmember Lau?
I was just going to say, if you do go to the ULV Vote Center, they do have parking marked off. So I know some people might be scared away that like, where can I park? But they have sectioned it off. So if you know where the campus center is, when you turn the corner, it's all portioned off. So
Councilmember Cash.
Well, thank you. My esteemed colleague mentioned the letter that we got regarding the VFW. I'd like to take my time at this time just to honor the men and women who have served in our armed forces regarding Veterans Day and to recognize the sacrifices they made to protect the freedoms we all hold dear. Veterans Day is a day to reflect on our extraordinary courage and dedication of our veterans and express our profound gratitude for their service to our country. Our veterans come from all walks of life. They are the mothers and they are fathers, sons and daughters, neighbors and friends, and colleagues. They have served in times of peace and times of war, often leaving behind family and loved ones to go to places many of them can only imagine. Facing hardships and challenges and sometimes unimaginable conditions, they do so with honor and a deep sense of duty to protect the values we cherish. To also please remember the men who have and women who have not come home, MIA and the prisoners of war. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Cash. Mayor Pro Tem Johnson.
This is your last chance to vote, so please, if you haven't,
come on down.
Please go vote tomorrow.
Good.
Looking forward to next youth sports committee meeting and the girls softball. And then be welcome.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Johnson. Again, tomorrow, that's it. 8:00 p.m. Everything closes down. The box out in front of City Hall is the deposit box. I put mine in as I came into our meeting today, and it's getting some activity. And I know that there was some people that called that were very frightened of the fact what happened in Oregon where they were burning. This particular area here, they're picked up at 8:00. This one they're monitored. The one up at Oak Mesa picks up at 8:00. So the boxes are designed for that to squelch anything because of their airtight thing. But so far it's been good. But the most important thing is get out and vote. There's plenty of places to do it. There's really no excuse if you're registered, get out there and do your constitutional right to get out and vote. So I was this last Wednesday, we had our 30th anniversary of the San Gabriel Valley Council of Governments, which I've talked about before. It's 33 cities, 3 water district municipalities, and 2 supervisorial districts. And just kind of spanning the 30 years of the COG. And out of that, there's 19 grade separations, 16 are complete through the San Gabriel Regional Housing Trust. 800 permanent housing units have been built and 130 transitional. And there was a number of dignitaries there, Senator Bob Archuleta, Assemblymember Chris Holden. It was just a great event, and it's just highlighting what cities can do as a combined effort together to make things happen in the San Gabriel Valley. So it was a really great event. Also on Thursday, I attended the Metro Board on the approval of the $798 million for the extension of the Gold Line A line, now that's called, from Pomona to Montclair. And also, as San Bernardino Transportation Authority was also there, they have about $88 million to add to that for their little piece of extension, which is the first time ever that LA County is going into San Bernardino County, which hopefully will go into the airport, which is the ultimate goal. So it was a great signing. Metro was 100%. Everybody was there, voted for it. So that just basically seals the deal. And I know the Gold Line right now, we're going through procurement for the contractor. And hopefully when that all goes through, within less than 2 years, we'll be in construction on that one. So we're finishing this one, and it's going to start the planning for the next phase through from Pomona to Claremont to Montclair. So it's great to see the involvement with the Metro Board, and especially after a win from the Dodgers, it was a great day. So I think they said, hey, come on, the Dodgers win. We're going to do it anyway. So with that, it's getting dark now, like early. So let's be careful. Kids are out, people are out. So slow down and just be careful out there, at least for the next few weeks, because this daylight savings messes me up like nothing else. I can't believe it. I don't know if it's an hour ahead, an hour behind, but your body just literally gets so whacked out. But the most important thing is be careful. Halloween went off, I think, without a hitch. So we were very fortunate. And how many thousands of kids were in your neighborhood, Lori? A lot. Thousands. Wow, not credible. We had 3. 3. Yeah. They don't go up the hill. They just don't. Why would you go up there when you got all the candy down here? I mean, Rancho Laverne, I hear, is really hot and popular up there by Heritage Park. So, but it was a great day. Yeah, it was supposed to be really, really busy. So, but again, thank you for staff. I know this is a lot of preparation on these, even smaller agenda items. There's financial things in here. It takes a village and our team to put this all together. And I do appreciate the time, our attorney, city manager, and all the staff. I really appreciate that. With that, next meeting will be Monday, November 18th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. As a reminder, upcoming events and meetings are posted on the last page of the city council agenda. And before we adjourn again, tomorrow is vote. This is very important. You get out there and vote. There are many very important issues, plus a president to pick. So let's get out there and vote. We are adjourned at 7:48 p.m. Thank you for all attending.